Guys, we're back with another video. Now today's video is gonna be a bit like weird, to be honest with you. Today I'm going to be playing a piano tiles game, and I'm also going to be telling y'all a story about in my past life how I got bullied. And shout out to Luna, to be honest with you, because he's the one that's been telling all these weird stories about his life. And I wanted to tell a story about mine. This was when I was really little. I was, about in the kindergarten, going on to the kindergarten. And all I remember is being bullied. And so I'm going to share a story with y'all today about how I got bullied. And some people might think it's sad because I was just like a little 4 or 3-year-old kid, and I didn't have nothing, I was just all alone, and I was depressed, to be honest with you. Like, I never got to see my dad, and it was just tough because, how many of y'all don't really get to see y'all's dad or y'all's mother? But anyway, I got bullied, and there's these kids, alright? These kids. I'd say, I would go over there to their house and I would jump on their trampoline and, just have fun. And so, as we was getting to know each other, he starts hitting me. And I just let it slide because I was just a little boy. I didn't know how to fight then, but now I fight all the time. But anyway, back onto the story. I would never hit him, and we would be on the trampoline. He taught me how to do a front flip, and I landed it first try. And so, a while back, I had 2 big old pit bulls. One was named Blackie, the other one was Logo. And the thing is that when I had Blackie, every time somebody would hit him, he'd jump the fence. Now this is a story about a real somebody going to the hospital type story. This is based on a true story. This was back in Marlow. And so I would play with these kids. One day we went into my clubhouse that I had in this alleyway. And there was lots of stickers, I swear. I'd always go over there with no shoes and everything. So I would go over there to my clubhouse and I would just sit and I would chill with them. It was fun. I liked being with Drake, and he was my best friend. And to this day, I still don't really hang out with him, but I want to. Till this day, I want to hang out with him because he's my old friend. But yeah, I would always tell my mom I'm going over to his house, and we would go. So we played in this little clubhouse thingy, and I loved playing with him. It was fun. And so we went in this clubhouse, that thing that I made out of bamboo, because there was a bamboo forest right behind my house, and I lived in a trailer. So, old trailer. Now, if I send y'all a video of me going over there now, the whole entire trailer is just taken down. And I'll even show you the alleyway I was in. Okay, but anyway, so we go up into this tree house, right? And so Drake starts talking crap about my dad, because my dad told me to go inside, and I said, and Drake was just, and I told Drake, I was like, dude, nobody talks about my dad like that. I don't even let my sister talk about my dad like that. So things really got physical. So he pushed me off the treehouse, and I landed on a batch of bamboo right on my head. And this is back when I got a fractured skull. And so I landed right on my head, right? And I start crying. So this was back when I cried. Now I don't cry anymore as much as I used to. So I cried because it hurt. I got a fractured skull. So he starts screaming, oh my God. And he goes over to my dad and tells him that I tripped and fell. And it's like, dude, no. So I tell my dad what happened. And I went over there and I hit him in his face, right? I straight up, like, bald fist went boom, psh, type punch, man. It was gangsta. Like, I felt real. And so he hits me in my stomach, starts kneeing me and stuff. And my dad pulls him off of me and then runs him over to his house. And so Blackie, the dog that I was telling y'all about, jumps over the fence after we done hooked him up to a tree because he's a pretty strong dog. So he ripped the tree apart, jumped over the fence, bit this kid. I swear he almost killed this kid. And there was lots of blood everywhere. I swear, like, just straight up bit this kid. And so I'm just sitting here going, Blackie, Blackie. So I go get my chain. I put it on him. The next day, I get hit in the stomach again. And so Blackie doesn't jump over the fence this time because we have him in the house. So I decided to go over to Drake's house and man up and tell him, you know what, bro, let's come out here and we'll fight, bro. We'll fight. I'll fight you. And so I said that. He comes out in my alleyway and he says that he doesn't want to fight me. He just wants to hang out at the treehouse. So I go, all right. So knowing me, I was just stupid. I was like a little 5-6-year-old kid. And so we go into this alleyway right next to my mobile home. And so he punches me in my stomach, starts kneeing me. So you know what I do? I fight back. I grab his leg. I take him down to the ground because I joined wrestling a couple of days before I got bullied, and I knew like a little bit of wrestling techniques. So he tried basically taking me down because he was in karate, and it'd be easy for him to get me down because I'm such a short dude. And so he grabs me, I grab him, I do that little slam, like that little slam where you take him by the head and you go boom. Well, I did that and he fell down, right? And so I took my elbow and I said boom, boom, boom. I was just elbowing him in his face. And this is a true story. This is what actually happened. And it happened so fast. So he was elbowing me. He was going boom, 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 boom. And then he took his hand and went boom right in my left cheek. And so I go like that, and then I start bawling because that really hurt. It really actually hurt. So I grab his arm, I take it, put him into a submission, and I about broke his arm before his dad came outside and got me off of him. And even when his dad got me off of him, I would not back down, dude. I was just sitting there going boom. I was just sitting there bloodying his nose and everything. And to be honest with you, I had a couple of black eyes from them punches that he was giving me. And so, I'm a fucking god. I'm legit about to freaking. And so, but anyway, he gave me a couple of black eyes, and I really didn't actually do nothing to him. I just gave him a bloody nose, and then it started from there. So he did that, and I was just kneeing him in his face and stuff. This is when I learned how to fight. And so after I learned how to fight, my dad, taught me a bunch of basic things after that fight. And till this day, I get into fights the same exact way I got into a fight with Drake. And so I would get into fights, and basically all that happened, and till this day I get into fights. I'm supposed to get into a fight later on today because this kid said that he was going to steal my mama's green machine. And y'all know what the green machine is. It's like the things that you ride around with, and it's all green and stuff, and it has these it's like a little tricycle, but you don't turn with a steering wheel, you turn with these two long poles. That's what she said. But anyway, back to the story. Till this day I get bullied, and I'm supposed to be fighting this kid because he said he's gonna take off of my mom's thing. And I said, you know what, bro, if he take off of my mom's stuff, things are gonna get physical. And he said, this was on Messenger, and he goes, I guess things is gonna have to get physical. So I cussing at him. I was going, nigga, pull up, dog, pull up, bro. Just because you won 2 fights doesn't mean you're tough. I've won more than that. And so he turns around and goes, I bet, man, just let me smoke. And I'm like, hell no, dog. And this was like 2 hours ago. Alright, 2 hours ago. And he still ain't pulled up for nothing. And I bet you the next day he's gonna be acting like my friend and all. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope y'all love this storytelling thing that I'm doing now. And I won't be doing this for long, but I will see y'all in the next video. Hope y'all like the story. Get out of here, Facebook. Peace.